Today's video is going to be the first video that we've actually intentionally shot groups with this 7mm PRC rifle. If you want details on the specifications on the build that we use to make this rifle, check in the description below because I'll have all the detailed stuff on the load information and on the equipment that we're using in the description. That being said, today we're going to be shooting the 195 grain Extreme Outer Limits bullets. Initially I was kind of hesitant to continue with these because we couldn't get the velocity that we wanted without pressure, but I did more pressure testing, not pressure testing, and we came to the conclusion that I could get enough velocity out of N570 with that bullet to make it a good option for this rifle. So today we're going to be shooting 68 grains, 68.5 grains, 69 grains, and then 69.5 grains of N570 behind that bullet, the 195 grain Berger. And we're going to be shooting at 100 yards. We're going to shoot 3-shot groups with the first 3 charges, and then the last one I had 2 pieces of brass left prime, so I went ahead and decided we're going to shoot 69.5, even though I'm probably not going to use that. But just out of curiosity, I want to see if we hit pressure with that charge. But ideally, we're just going to make sure it's a safe load, make sure it's an accurate load. I expect all these to shoot decent at the very least, but I'm hoping to see some spectacular accuracy today. But like I said, first groups we've shot, so really I don't know that. But we're going to go ahead and start with 68.0 grains of Vihtavuori N570. We are going to be feeding these from the magazine. I will state velocities as we shoot them, and then we'll go over the spread after each group, and hopefully we'll have some itty bitty little groups by the time we're done with this. Okay, we're going to be starting on the top left diamond on the target here. $27.92. Full disclosure, I'm not used to shooting off of a bench, and this thing is actually relatively unsteady even though it's quite large. So that could affect the group sizes. I shoot off the ground 99% of the time, but the ground's a little squishy right now. So for my own comfort, I decided to shoot from this, which might be detrimental, but it got us to the range. So we're gonna go ahead and keep rolling. .2806. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot of movement shooting from this table. I just knocked my Garmin over too, but we'll go over the velocities. But that group, I'm gonna blame it on the table because I've shot a lot of rounds through this gun just doing pressure testing, and the groups were all pretty much tighter than that right out of the gate. So looking at our session summary, the average velocity was 28.05, the standard deviation was 10.1, and the extreme spread was 24.5. So acceptable, definitely not bad numbers. But again, on target, we didn't see anything good. So I may just have to get on the ground. I don't really want to, but I think we're gonna have to move this over to the dirt because this ain't cutting it. Okay, so I'm back on the ground where I belong, and we are going to be shooting 68.5 grains of N570 behind that 195 Extreme Outer Limits Berger hunting bullet. I'm gonna go for the top of the center diamond here. .2880. Well, that's starting to look better. .2860. .2829. So the spread on that was a lot bigger, but the group size was a lot better. Yeah, so the muzzle velocity, average velocity was 28.56, extreme spread of 51, and a standard deviation of 21. So that kind of sucks, but at least the accuracy was better, so that's a start. Next up, we got 69 grains of N570. .2882. All right, so I'm getting some heavy bolt lift on this. Definitely would not recommend this load in this gun because that definitely would be considered a reliability problem right there. I'm going to shoot this last one, but I'm going to give it a minute to cool off before I do it. And then I'll probably let the gun go totally cold before we shoot the last two. Really shouldn't shoot the last two anyway. I might not. I'll probably just pull them. But I really don't want to pull 2 bullets, but that's the right thing to do. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot this last one here in just a minute. 2871 was the velocity. I don't know if I already said it or not. That one ejected okay. That may have been more of a sizing issue, but nonetheless, never a good sign. So 2878 was the last velocity on that one. Average muzzle velocity was 2877. The extreme spread was 10.5 feet per second, and the standard deviation was 4.3. Keep in mind, these are very, very small sample sizes, so you're gonna see weird stuff like this because you're not really testing a large batch, but it's a Magnum, so I'm not gonna shoot 10 round groups. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and test the last 2 rounds here in a moment. I'm gonna give the barrel time to cool off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and send them. And we're just gonna see what kind of muzzle velocity we get and accuracy, and then we'll be done. So we're gonna shoot these last 2, but I am kind of disappointed because for 1, the accuracy isn't 1 hole accuracy like we were kind of hoping to get, but 2, I was really planning on using that first load. That was kind of my intention all along, and I'm fairly confident that shooting off of that wobbly bench was 100% the reason why it shot so horribly. That definitely bums me out a little bit because I'm planning on retesting that because I was perfectly okay with the velocity spread and the speed, but the accuracy was terrible, and I'm blaming the bench because the rest has actually shot acceptably as far as not looking like garbage. I mean, this gun should definitely be capable of shooting sub-MOA at 100 yards, but that first group was just terrible. And again, I'm blaming the bench. It might be my fault, but that bench was moving a lot, and that was my first time trying it, so we're probably never going to use it again. But it was worth a shot. Now we know. So all in the good nature of testing. But this last group, which is just going to be 2 rounds here, is going to go on the left side of the center diamond, and we're going to call it a day. Actually, we're going to film more videos, but we're going to call it a day on this gun at least. .2897. And .2895. So obviously the velocity spread was really good, but it was 2 shots. So what we ended up with, which is kind of ridiculous to go over a summary of just 2 shots, but we're going to do it anyway. But talk about spectacular numbers. We got 2896 average muzzle velocity, extreme spread of 1.2, and a standard deviation of 0.6. Just phenomenal. If you only shot 2-shot groups, that would happen a lot more often. So that is going to be our video for the day. Kind of lackluster. Sorry about that, guys. That's definitely my fault. I'll probably go back and retest that first load. We're going to do more work with this rifle. It needs it, clearly. But at least we have a good baseline as far as like what we're starting with on group sizes. But that first one did not do us any justice as far as the accuracy potential. So thank you guys for watching. Always appreciated. Leave comments in the description. Vote in the polls. Let me know what you guys are wanting to see going forward. And as always, thank you for watching. Y'all stay risen, take care, very safe, and we will see you in the next video.